best of my knowledge that the people and events in this song are 100% true.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
He gave me a weapon, y'all. Test them hot coals to my lips. Well, he gave me a weapon, y'all. It even came with that extra clip. Gave me a weapon, y'all. Through that ruach I use it well. Gave me a weapon, y'all, to slay them demons in the spirit realm.
Well, I guess I'll start from the beginning.
It was sometime in 2005. I was sitting in my apartment right across from Greenbrier Mall. And my excuse for not going to church was that I just didn't want to go to any church. I really wanted to go somewhere where I can be really taught. You did? And so as I was flipping through the television channels, I came across a young man. He was preaching real good. And you know, my spirit bear witness to what he was preaching at that time. And so I literally said, just as you hearing my voice now live, I said, Lord, I feel that man. I could go there to that church. Well, how many of you know God got a sense of humor? It was about maybe a little bit over 7-8 days later. It happened.
He gave me a weapon, y'all. Test them hot coals to my lips. Yeah. He gave me a weapon, y'all. It even came with that extra clip. Oh, yeah. Gave me a weapon, y'all. Through that ruach I use it well. Gave me a weapon, y'all, to slay them demons in the spirit realm.
Well, I was driving down Camden Road in my Cadillac, and it was as if my life had slowed down to a crawl. I looked toward my right and I saw that building. It said Mount Carmel Baptist Church. How many of y'all know God brought that thing back to my remembrance? He said, remember when you said that you felt that, pastor, and you can go to that church? You ain't got no excuse now. So I bust a U-turn in that little car dealership right next to the church, and I went into the parking lot. Looked up at the marquee, it said Friday night Bible study. Well, the next day I showered after work and changed clothes, and I went to church and joined. And you know, it was sometime later, we were having a anointing service that Sunday evening. Of course, you know, your boy went. I had my hands high, my eyes closed, and I was praising the Lord. And somebody grabbed my hand. How many of you know I came up out that spirit? And then under the unction of Dr. Reverend Timothy Fleming Sr.,
Test them hot coals to my lips.
he said, take him and set him over there on that front pew. You know, that one right there by that piano?
It even came with that extra clip.
And he looked at me,
Gave me a weapon, y'all.
looked at the congregation. He said, y'all, this young man
Gave me a weapon, y'all, to slay them demons in the spirit realm.
This young man is now a new praise team member. And in my mind, I'm like, what are you talking about? Praise team? Man, I don't sing. Most High spoke to my spirit and he said, son, I did not ask you if you could. I asked you if you would.
Hallelujah. Shalom, 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 everybody. We up in the house tonight. We got Minister Casey Hewley up in here.
Shalom.
got,
He gonna call my whole government.
hey, gotta do it. And we got our sister
Yes, sir.
Yvetta here with us tonight. Elder Beats, bro. He got other things he had to do tonight, which we gonna continue on and have a good time tonight. So that song that just played, that introduction that we just let come out, explain that one to us. Go in more depths on that one, though, Minister Casey.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna call you Elder Leon. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I don't think your kind gesture and Elder Johnson's gesture. Thank you. I appreciate it. To my beloved sister Evita, what happened? What it do, sis? Glad to have you, see you here with us.
Good to see you.
I feel good that you took off that old dirty Dallas Cowboys hat. But moving on to what you were talking about. That song Gave Me a Weapon. Wow. Honestly, I can't. What? Oh wow! You just where you want to know about it. The song itself, if of course, sometimes people hear music, you know, they have to listen to it a couple of times to really hear it. That song was basically a testimony of mine, and it's basically a tribute back to God. It was my life as the song started out in 2005. You know, I had just come back from Germany, was working jobs, bouncing around, you know, doing different things, and God had called me back, you know. I thank God for his word, you know what I'm saying? Because I had fell from grace when I went to Germany, you know what I'm saying? You know, I knew about the Lord, but I fell away. And it was hard for me to get back into church. And I was working at Goodyear right down there in front of Greenbrier Mall. And I lived in some apartments right down the street from Greenbrier Mall. Continental Square, Continental Colony, them little apartments that sit right next to that old frat house. If you if you're from Atlanta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, and I was sitting there and it was crazy. You know, I was actually literally sitting there in the chair just like this in a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, I'm gonna tell the truth and stay safe. I was getting high. You know, I'm just saying that this is what happened. This is what happened. And I flipping the channels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I actually stopped. And it was like, I didn't have no buzz. And it's just like I'm watching Dr. Reverend Timothy Fleming preaching, and my spirit bear witness to what he was saying, you know, and it was sometime later, it wasn't no more than it wasn't, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say the exact date, but it was less than 2 weeks. Driving down Camilton Road, man, I born and raised right here in Atlanta. My aunt and got cousins stay right there on Harbin Road, right there by Mount Carmel Baptist Church. Man, it was like my life slowed down. You ever had one of those moments where usually when it had happened before, it was when danger, you know, was coming about, but it's like my life had slowed down. And I was like, that's that church that I just saw, you know, and it was like, Lord was telling me, you don't have no more excuses. Yeah. So it's a little car dealership right next door to the church. I went inside there and bust a U-turn, went back inside the church and read the marquee. It said Friday night Bible service. I went back that next day, that very next day, and wanted to join the church then. But they wanted me to come back on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, because that's how I feel God leads me, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. And then God deals with, there's one spirit, but he deals with everybody differently. He speaks to everybody differently. You can hear God in various ways, and you have to know his voice in your life. Yeah. And that's how I've been following him. Man, listen here. That same Friday night Bible study, that's where I met my wife at. Wow. Wow. Was going to that church. That was 2005. You heard the song, 2005. We got married January 1st, 2006. Was sitting in Bible study with her for months and never saw her, not with eyes like that. I looked at her and everybody else as sisters and brothers because I wasn't going to church for that. I was doing that before I came. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. And
so when was it? How long was it? You said a few times before when you got that notion to sing that you put, you put it in that song as well, that they put you on the praise team.
Okay. It had to be sometime, this was before I got married. So it had to be sometime around this time of year, because I have to go this way. So if I'm speaking too much, just tell me shut up and we can move on. But I have to set it up. While I'm going to Mount Carmel, now I'm in white tees and blue jeans, because I'm coming from the streets, but that's how I'm going to church. And I used to sit behind the deacons because I love the way the deacons at Mount Carmel praise the Lord. They were men of God that praised the Lord. They didn't hold back. And that drew me to the deacons, because I felt deacons were solid men, and that's who I want to emulate. So I would sit behind the deacons. And so they would have what they call anointing service, and come to find out it would be every third Sunday of the month, when they would have communion. Okay. And maybe it was first Sunday, but it was that special evening service. And I knew I was sitting at home. Matter of fact, it was during the Super Bowl. This is the whole story. I'm sitting at home watching the Super Bowl. And like when I was going to church, I would go to church. I would go Sunday. I would go to men's ministry on Tuesday. They had Bucks men's ministry. I would go to Wednesday night Bible study, and then I would go to Friday night service, and I would come back on Sunday. So in my mind was saying, Casey, you go to church all the time. You don't need to go back to this evening service. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Just talking to myself, and I'm watching the I'm like, well, maybe I'll just sit here to halftime, wrestling with me, negotiating with myself. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Then some said, you need to get up and go now. And I just got up and went then. Watch this. Went to the service. So service is going on. I got my hands lifted high. I'm going in like I go in. And somebody literally grabs my arm, and it scares me, and I come up, you come out the spirit. That's, natural. And he was saying, take him and sit him right over there. And they literally walked me down to the front row and sat me right in front of the piano, right in a seat. And he said, y'all, this is one of y'all new praise team members. And everybody just started going crazy. And I'm like, what you talking about, Willis?
What?
You know what I'm saying? I'm really like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I was obedient. And to the day I left that church, that was my seat. I sat right there in that spot. I probably got a butt print right there, but that was my spot. And watch this. Then he was like, young man, are you part of Bucks? And then, his son, Reverend Fleming Jr., he was like, yeah, he part of Bucks. Yeah, And then I was actually active in the prison ministry too, because when I joined that church that Sunday, it was crazy. They had not an altar call, but they had an altar call for people to go join the prison ministry. And before I even joined the church, I had went up to join that prison ministry because I had some experience with that years ago. So I felt that that's where the Lord would have me to go again. So I joined that. And then his son was like, yeah, he doing this and this. He was like, are you going on the fishing trip? Now the fishing trip was in May. So this had to be, like I say, it had to be around February, around because the Super Bowl. And then I was like, no, sir. I would like to, but I ain't had no money. He was like, you going. And the church paying for it.
Ooh. Everything just following.
Now, this is all in the same breath.
Right.
This in the same breath. Now, watch this. That fishing trip we went on, we had $100 kitty for who catches the biggest fish.
Uh-oh, glad I wasn't on that.
Watch this. No. Watch this. Guess who caught the first fish? Guess who caught the biggest fish?
I'm guessing
the first fish that was caught was the biggest fish. I got the proof. It was in the newspaper down there. I got the photos. I got the proof. I got the photo. It was a 53-pound cobia. People can say what they want to. Stuff just don't line up like that. You know what I'm saying?
I got
it just don't line up. Watch this. what if I had a not going back to service that night?
When I had that experience.
None of that would have lined up for me.
Mm.
None of that would have lined up for me. I thank the Lord that he put me in position, man, to be blessed.
Hallelujah.
So that's where that song
Hallelujah.
came. He gave me that weapon, and he put me under Prophet Jarvis Shaw. I don't know if you guys know him. You know, I'm sorry, but I shout out people, men that were instrumental in my life, men that would teach me notes, parts, and stuff, even when I would sing and wouldn't sing in the mic, you know. And he stayed with me and worked with me, man. And I thank God for the gifts. I didn't know I was there, like I heard in the record. Man, I don't sing. You know? And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm
still developing that craft. That's good. You
yes,
sure?
sir.
When I first heard we're gonna play it later on, but when I first heard that song, we're gonna play TTTASS. When I first heard that one, you know, I said, man, what?
Okay.
I was, you know, then I was bumping that. I got real good in. I said, let me see what else Mental Case got. I said, okay. All right, I can deal with this. I can deal with it. And like I say, it's you got some tracks on now. You got some tracks. Yeah, so how long have you been doing it? Since 2005.
Doing music? Oh
yeah.
no. No, bro, man. Hey, I only been doing music since I think like late 2018, early 2019.
Oh, so this recent you just started doing
okay, watch this. I started doing music. We had Bishop had a conference. It was like a little conference / show down in Jacksonville. And I went down there to support him. And I met Brother Al down there. That's why I met Brother Al. That's gonna be one of
my questions.
Right.
Okay. He performed that, and I'm telling you how God works. He performed that night. And man, I love all kind of music, but as soon as he played one of his songs, it hit my spirit. And I got, you know, I'm emotional. I move out, you know what I mean? I got up and I was, you know what I'm saying? And after the service, I was like, hey, bro, man, I was really impressed. I'm like, how can I support you? You know, he gave me the CD. And watch, look here. Me and that man been talking every day ever since. Not every day, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my right-hand man since I met him. So he's the one that actually really got me to doing music. He kind of pushed me, you know, in that vein. Okay. If I were to be totally honest, not that I've been dishonest, the very first mic that I had, the very first mic stand that's in that closet, it came from Al. Yeah, it came from him.
He's been one of your biggest supporters.
And since then, yes, sir. We've been, both of us, you know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, the both of us are on the same record label, Yahuwah Records.
Okay. Well, we don't want to get too many into all the questions. We're going to play the next track, and it's called Weeping. Yes, can you tell us about that track?
Okay.
This
is how Most High works with me. Okay. This is how it works with me. Sometimes I hear a track and I just hear it, I can vibe. But sometimes I hear something and then, you know, a hook, a melody or something will come. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you know, that's one. So I'll go save it and then I'll start, you know, piecing stuff together. And on this one, I think my wife and I were coming out the movie theater, and I was like, let me listen to my little track selection, you know, app. And I was like, whoa. And I got in the car, I'm like, okay. So I came on to the house and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I started putting stuff together. And man, listen. This is my favorite song. Well, I got so many, but this one has a special place in my heart because I sent this song to a producer. Now, let me say, if you hear, you know, the mixing and the mastering is really not that good, is because I'm doing everything myself. You know, I don't have a production team or anything like that. I don't, you know, I'm doing everything myself. So I'm still learning. So I sent that record out to somebody to have them to mix and master it for me. Man, that man, he like, this is not a record. He like, it's not a record. I can't do that. And it hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm talking to my kids, man, you know what? Pop, keep doing what you do. You know, I like, all right. And I was sitting here one day, and that same, don't let me lie, if it was not that same day, it was that same week, I shot the video for that song right here in this studio, because it just moved me to just get on this record that bad. But I love this track, man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was supposed to be, the single for the actual album. You know, I've had that album bug for a while, 2 or 3 times, and I never moved forward with it. So that's why it's that, you know, it's the way it is. It was supposed to be an introduction song.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and play it, then we're gonna get back and ask some more questions on to it, okay?
Yeah, y'all feel that? Hey man, look at here. Dog, look at here. We've been man do it for a night. We've been man do it for a night. Let go. Yeah. Trouble don't last always. That's right. Yeah, look at him. Trouble don't last always. Yeah. Trouble don't last always. Hey man, look at here. Take it back all the way to the top. There you go. Woo! We've been man do it for a night. Joy coming in the light. We've been man do it for a night. Joy coming in the light. We've been man do it for a night. Joy coming in the light. We've been man do it for a night. But joy coming in the light. Yeah. Hey, tell him, son. Trouble don't last always. Tell them again, son. I don't think they heard you. Okay. Trouble don't last always. Yeah. Look at him. Y'all feel that? Yeah. Let go.
We man do it for a night. Look here, dry your eye though. Trouble don't last always. Little flesh gotta die though. This too shall pass, these tests don't last, ex Wado. Cry out to God, he see your problem, new dado. We seen sometimes we still alive, you straight though. You not forsaken, be still and take it, faith will replace it. God still amazing, rejoice and praise him through tribulation. This little sensation you get from praising God still can taste it. Pick up your head.
Yeah, baby, you know what it is. Yeah. Feel that? Listen, man, but I got to tell you, this is just an introduction. So allow me to introduce myself. Yeah, I'm your boy, Minister Casey. Yeah. Feel that? Yeah.
Yeah. That was nice.
Man, listen.
That's
I
a
love
good
that
one,
record, man. I don't
Mr.
care what
Casey.
nobody say.
That's a good one.
I love that record. And listen, people, man, that record was done on a phone. Yeah. My earlier records were done on a phone.
I don't know what happened to my camera.
On a
Don't turn your camera off.
I don't know what happened to that camera. But go ahead. I ain't mean to stop you. Go ahead.
But no, I was just saying that record was done on a phone.
Really?
Yeah. My earlier records.
Pre-studio,
I didn't have a
before
studio. I mean, just the app called BandLab.
Okay.
It's the app. I would plug the Apple headphones into it, open up the app, and then do the track lines right there. And actually, I still I moved on a little bit, but I still use BandLab quite a bit, along with GarageBand. I hadn't moved on to like the big stuff like the FL Studio and all that stuff, but GarageBand works just fine for me.
Okay. So you say you only been into the music since 2018. How has it been since then? Coming up, you got a good bit of songs, in your album. Like when I go online, you got a good bit. So how has it been for you? I think you've been on different kind of charts and stuff, get your numbers up there. What kind of feedback you getting from family and friends? I know we know we hit you up at service and on the phone, and when we get to the feast days and stuff like that, but for other people that you don't know, what that feedback like?
You want me? I'm gonna have to tell the truth. They say it right. It's. I'm loving the journey. I'm taking the bumps in the roads, ups and downs. And to be honest, it's been consistently with ups and downs. I said like that. Okay. On the financial end, honestly, right now I don't really look at it in the financial place, because when I started doing this, wasn't doing it for the money, and I'm still not doing it for the money. I do it because to me, it's something that it's my gift back to God for allowing me to do that. So the songs, the music that I make, it's to edify Him, to glorify Him, edify the body. So I don't do it for the money. Now, if money comes, then of course, you want that, but and I think the first year I started doing music, I went in hard. I think I put out 24 songs in 1 year. And that's probably equivalent. That's probably equivalent to, somebody, 2 albums on a minimum. And people don't. That's really nothing compared to what Al puts out and others. But I went in hard, and I think that the year after that I did maybe 19 or 20 something, and then I kind of got burned out a little bit because I really wasn't getting no support, on for real. And so what I said to myself, started last year that I'm only going to do 1 song a month, because I got all this music, regardless of, what people, feel about it. Is as an artist, I have a catalog of music that's out. And, no real support that, but it's okay. I really feel that if God wants to elevate me in that era, then He will do it on His own time. So in fairness, I don't really put that much energy into like really marketing or checking this and that and that and that. I really don't. I just do it, and and that's it. But it does feel great when these sites that you put music on, you get that feedback like from M1. And granted, some sites still have music on them from 2020, and I hadn't updated the because I only put 2 or 3 songs. So they just been riding on old songs. So what if I would have, be consistent with reaching out? Maybe I need to do that then. Thank you, Lord. Maybe that's something that I really need to do. Start back reaching out to people that send me emails. honestly, like from YouTube, no, I started saving them. Like that song I performed this past week, Yahuwah Yahusha.
Mhm.
People love that, especially in our community. They love that song on YouTube. I think that song maybe got like 7,000 views or something. And people are thumbing up and sending comments. So maybe I need to go back and start, building a relationship with these, with people, to grow it. So I if I want more, then there's a work that I have to do on my end.
I got you.
So but I'm loving it.
Before we get to the next track, Sister Yvette, you got anything before we play this next track?
No, going to the next track, but I do have a question because you mentioned the N1M, but I do have a question about that after this next track.
All right.
Okay.
The next track gonna be let me see what I got here. By Grace Through Faith. Y'all gotta enjoy this one here. Got to enjoy this one. We're gonna play it first, then we're gonna get to them questions and everything.
This is Manna Casey song.
By grace through faith, by His grace, by grace through faith, by grace through faith, by grace through faith. It was by His grace that I see His way through the darkest day. Then He called my name from the filth and shame. I was almost lost, then He took my pain. I believe He came, that it rose again. Then my blood was changed by grace through faith. So the sweetest taste of the blood I chase, in His word I place all my hope through faith. Christ is my escape, that's a fire escape. By grace through faith, by His grace, by grace through faith, by grace through faith, by grace through faith. By grace through the faith of this, sin been forgiven me, no hell I gotta pay for this. Heaven we await the bliss, Satan we been known to bliss. Cast down every part of this, grace through the heart of this, faith we started this. My members, I don't yield to this, I bow my head and will to this. Most heathens don't appeal to this. The truth we speak and heal the sick, cast the demons out that lunatic. Oh God, by grace through faith, by grace through faith, by His grace, by grace through faith. Obstacle nothing, Christ what I'm stuffed in the corner so ugly you probably wouldn't trust me. I say what it's saying, you say that it's nothing. By grace you keep breathing, it's mercy you ducking. I told you repent, your ears stuffed with muffins, eyes stuffed with pumpkins. Hell must taste sweet as something, while Satan loading up the oven. Through faith, by grace through faith, by His grace, by grace through faith, through faith, by His grace, by grace, by His grace, through faith, by His grace, through faith. By His grace.
Man, I be beating that song in the truck.
Man, listen, man. I'm kind of different. and everybody is different as an artist.
I like your
That
style
sounds
though.
funny
I
even
like your
saying
style.
it.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Even-
Go ahead.
that sound funny me saying that, you know. But like a painter, anybody that's an artist, what kind of art, whatever you painting, sculpting, whatever you're doing, engineering, designing buildings, you know, whatever creativity that comes from you, that's you, you know, and people can't really take that from you, or you can't allow sometimes people to kind of mold you into how they would have you to, you know, to do it. So I'm grateful, and especially that song it talked about grace through faith, because that's how we know, that's how we're saved, you know, by grace through faith. So for me in my life, you'll hear me speak a lot of grace, mercy, and faith, because those three, you know, those three chords has really kept me, you know what I'm saying, from 2005 to now. Well, all my life, but you know, from 2005, man, you can walk my life and see it.
Yeah,
you know, you can see the whole path. You can see God in it. You know, so yeah. And that song was, you know, Brother Al featured on it. Most of the songs that I hear, I necessarily don't really sing on, because I sometimes I just do hooks and track, you know, hooks, and that's it. Yeah. And if it comes that way, I don't try to force it. I'll say, okay, this is what it is, Lord. Then I say, hey, you want to jump on this? Because I got a vision for this, or this and that and that and that. You know, if nobody, you know, don't, then I'll put some preaching in it.
I'm glad you said that, because I know I hear you sing every Saturday service, and I'm listening to your tracks. I'm like, he's not singing. Like, what's going on? So I'm glad you kind of mentioned that, because you have an awesome voice, Mr. Casey. You do, but now I understand. Now I understand why you don't sing as much. So thank you for addressing that. But I do want to ask. Earlier, you did say that it was a little difficult because you're not getting the support that you need. But you did hit over 6,000 streams on N1M recently, like at the beginning or the end of last month. And that's giving you a feature as a new Christian gospel artist in their category for that particular service. But what advice would you give someone who is looking to break into this genre of music? You said that you're led by what the Most High gives you, but what advice would you give someone breaking into this industry?
Breaking into the music industry?
Yeah, or into this genre of music.
Yeah.
Can we even, is it a genre though? Can we even classify it as a genre?
So. I
wouldn't even know.
It's different from regular gospel, or you
go ahead.
That
it's very different for regular gospel, but I can see why they grouped you there, because there's not a genre. To us, there's a genre. How about that?
Okay. First of all, just be led, in whatever you do. Definitely as a first word of advice, whatever song that you do, or pray over it before. That's just what Al and I do, and I thank God for him, because that came from him. Sometimes little things like that we take for granted. Not saying that you don't love God, but taking that extra step when you doing things for him. He said, "Acknowledge him in all your ways, he would direct your path." So I, definitely pray before you move into a session, and just stay true to whoever you are. I that's why. Well, I do sing a lot, but I'm still trying to learn my voice. If that makes any sense, I still don't know my voice. I kind of have a tendency to mask, like we learned about last night. Not necessarily, but mask a little bit behind comfortability. If I'm making any sense.
You still trying to tone it. You're just trying to tone it out.
And
you're trying to, like you
trying to find,
I was in the band, so everybody may not be in tune. So you're just trying to get your voice tuned to what you would say, this is me.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. And you know, and being confident in singing. And honestly, the Most High God has brought me a long way from being shy, not really knowing notes and parts and stuff like that. And I really, you know, still learning, you know, about a little keyboard, and I'm learning. But I thank God for the growing and the people that He's put me underneath. You know what I'm saying, to help me in this area. And I take all that knowledge that I've gained over the years, and I try to implement it, you know, wherever I go. I've led worship everywhere that since he called me to it. You know, I feel like it's a calling, regardless of what anybody say, because I wasn't looking for it. I didn't know how I got to this point, not necessarily doing music mainstream or whatever, but I'm talking about being in a vein to worship, being a Levite like Asaph. Asaph was a Levite that played instruments and did that kind of service, not necessarily one of the priestly offices. So hey, I'm loving every bit of it, you know. Yeah, you know, I'm loving every bit of it, you know. It's hard though. It's very hard to manage time, you know.
Yeah. Even doing this,
I just leave that
hard.
Working
like
full time,
you know.
Man. Listen, if I were to share my screen and show you, and I say this with all humility, but show you all the work that I'm just working on.
I believe you.
I got about almost 3 albums of work, songs that I'm working on, and then maybe about another 3 or 4 albums of music that I haven't even touched yet.
You got some work,
you know. Yeah, it's it's a lot of work, but I thank God for the little that He's given me here, because I can do it at my own pace. You know, I'm not pressured with no deadlines or you know, nothing like that. You mentioned too, sis, another key thing I would say, do not take music theory for granted. Music theory. Yeah. That is something that you're going to really need. I mean, if you can afford to go to school or be trained or have vocal coaches and stuff like that, these things are very, 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 very much essential. I mean, and I guess that's why I'm not really in that place faster, because I haven't really, you know, there are online people you can subscribe or pay to vocal coach you, but hey man, it is what it is. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use what I got, and you know, well, if I like it,
your voice is awesome.
Whatever, bless you. You know, they pay y'all to say that, because you know we brothers and sisters. I gotta see you. I gotta see you this weekend. So no, just kidding. But I thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's encouraging, you know, that's encouraging. Even looking at those things on N1 and other places, it means a lot, you know. Even I had started a music channel, because once I started really putting music out through this company that we use, it was sent automatically to my YouTube channel. So it actually said, okay, you need to create a different music YouTube channel for yourself. And I did that. And I think 2 weeks ago, I hit like 100 subscribers, you know. And hey, somebody may say, boo, whatever. I'm like, man, you just don't know 100 subscribers? Boy, I'll take that, you know. Hey. And since then it's grown. I think I'm about like 117 now. So hey, the Most High do whatever He do when He do it.
All praise.
Yep, 117 subscribers. It's grown.
You know, and
nothing wrong with that.
You know, and being on shows like this, you know, being able to be a part of such a blessing like this, and it really is a blessing. You know, I love what you and Elder are doing. Thanks, sis, for stepping in, being willing to do that.
She had already been already.
I was the ghostwriter. I was the ghostwriter.
Oh, okay. Okay, you behind the scenes. Huh?
I'm behind the scenes.
Okay.
Producer.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. That's right. But yeah, I've already gleaned from y'all, you know. I was gleaming, you know, hey man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, that's what we're here for, to get a lot of these people music out. I got some more tweaking to do also, you know, with Facebook and different other people they want to go against and say with copyright, we ain't trying to get no money or nothing. We just want to put the music out so people can hear, you know, the artist, and then they can go support the artist. We just, that's all we try and do is, you know, broadcast the music that we like. So other people,
but you know,
be able to get that.
It's a business. It's a business though. So everybody, you know, and it's crazy. I'll get flagged for my own music.
Exactly. I know. I'm just waiting for the flag in a minute. So I'm hoping that they won't do nothing, whatever, because I already know they're gonna probably get flagged, and I have to go in there and say, "Hey, we interviewing the artist. Leave us alone."
Yeah. Just say you got permission. If they do, just go in and say you got permission to do whatever. And if they send me something, of course, I'll sign off from it, of course, and leave it alone. But they will do that.
We're gonna get into the next track for everybody to be able to hear, and it's called Covered. How many of y'all out there covered? We're gonna go ahead and play that right quick, then we're gonna come back. Shalom.
From all the burdens I carried, finally I can say I'm free.
Covered by the blood.
Yeah, justified by the cross and the grace that was given to me.
Covered by the blood.
Broke the shackles, loosed the chain, cleaned all my iniquity.
Covered by the blood.
Sanctified by the Spirit, got that ruach living in me. And
covered by the blood.
I'm free now, check my living source. Powered by things unseen. What you think I'm living for? Living dog better than a dead lion. Feel a force, joined to the living weather. Hope to fill a void. Covered by the blood, like a butcher, flesh gon' feel a sword. Do not as the heathens do, they gon' feel it more. Sanctified and I'm set apart, working in the Lord. Much more worshiping before I send my praises to the Lord. Get the lifting of my hand, get the shout like it's war. When you covered by the blood, you know the victory is yours. Quote the word with authority, I'm covered by the source. If he's married to the backslider, stop living so divorced.
Covered by the blood.
From all the burdens I carried, finally I can say I'm free.
Covered by the blood.
Yeah, justified by the cross and the grace that was given to me.
Covered by the blood.
Broke the shackles, loosed the chain, cleaned all my iniquity.
Covered by the blood.
Sanctified by the Spirit, got that ruach living in me. And
covered by the blood.
Double blood dip, sip twice, that's blood on the lip. Too precious, don't waste one drip. Too deep, that well won't tip. Too tall, that rock won't flip. Cornerstone, my faith won't dip. Plumb line hang straight, y'all bent. Tell me who can make the sacrifice to be righteous? Who can mirror his mirror in the image that's like this? Blood dripping from my speech, that's kind. Blood leaking from my teeth, that's meekness. Don't think this blood mean weakness. If God said it, I believe. Gift came free, no sample, Hot or cold, no handles, Faith get lit like candles, Lit not here, no gamble. Covered by the blood, no random. God choose me, can't fathom, Covered by the blood. Will you have them? Or will you have them?
Covered by the blood.
From all the burdens I carried, finally I can say I'm free.
Covered by the blood.
Yeah, justified by the cross and the grace that was given to me.
Covered by the blood.
Broke the shackles, loosed the chain, cleaned all my iniquity.
Covered by the blood.
Sanctified by the Spirit, got that ruach living in me. And
covered by the blood.
Finally
covered by the blood.
Justified by the cross.
Covered by the blood.
Man, that bass was hitting in my speakers in here in the room. That's one thing you do. You put
that's another.
You put some bass in your song for real.
Yeah. 808.
Well, yes. Hey, we grew up in it. Well, I'm gonna say because I don't want nobody to try to say I'm telling y'all ages. But I grew up in a generation where hip hop and 808 was when it just started. So that's me. I'm from Atlanta too, so how we ride.
Let Florida music and just hit I ain't have to listen to the words. Just put it in there and let it bump the speakers. I was good.
That's right. That's another song too that was done on the phone. If you listen real close, you can kind of hear the little from the microphone.
Oh, okay.
But, hey,
okay.
man, you do what
you got to do. You did what you had to do to get the song out there. Hey,
yes, sir.
Just go ahead and put it on track, put it on wax. Hey, that was your method of doing it. But now you graduated. Now I know you got a studio in the house now, right?
Oh, it's a little something. It's a little something. It is. I think it's I say that with all humility. It is what it is. Of course, you always want to improve and do better. But for now, I'm good. Other than maybe doing some more soundproofing and the cosmetic part of it. But as far as equipment and stuff like that, oh man, I don't need any, and I got less than a $500 studio. Now you may look at it and say, no, I know that didn't cost. It's because God gave me favor to get these pieces. Some of this stuff was given to me. So
it might only cost you $500. I know that somebody else.
Yeah, but it no, I got that for this, So and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a goodwill shopper. So I'm not frugal, but when I got to a certain age, I understood, wait a minute, I can still use this stuff. So I'm a big fan of Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to Facebook Marketplace. Let us do this without bothering us. Shout out, and offer up. I use these tools, try to find the best deal. And it doesn't take much. That's what if you were to look at some of these producers, older producers that started out like in the 70s and early 80s and whatnot, they're like, man, I wish I had these tools back then. They'd be like, I'd have been a billionaire by now. Well, you had to get this big old machines and do all this and that. Man, you can pull up a keyboard, that little IKEA over there, it's a drum machine and a keyboard. All I got to do is download some plugins and get me a little laptop and you good.
Yeah.
You can make music on your phone, so hey man. And
technology has advanced and being able to put a lot of artists that you wouldn't get recognition or get any spotlight, all because they've been able to make it on their phone, live stream it, put it out there, and it become viral off of something real small, and that gives them the ability to do it bigger. Go ahead.
Going back to Sister's questions, going back to her question, and this may not seem like a lot, but I think I have 4 or 5 people on TikTok have used my music. I know that ain't much.
That is much.
I'm just saying.
It only take the right one to make it go viral.
To me, I'm like, I was shocked that somebody would even, and these are people that speak different languages in different countries. You using my music in your TikTok video? Hey, I appreciate you.
Right.
So, and I know TikTok is the thing now, but for Casey, that's not for Casey. And you know, I'm not spying at nobody else's liberties, but for me, that's a conviction that, you know, I can't use. I had to delete the app because there's so much stuff on there, you know, that I don't want to be a part of.
You know, long as if you they got a what they call it, the program where you know they look at
the algorithm.
The algorithm. Yeah. If you start liking only certain stuff, only those things will start popping up. You know, and it'll.
I didn't even get to that. Soon as I didn't even, you know how you first get on and it tell you to select all these different, you know.
Yeah.
I just skipped all that. I just skipped because
you shouldn't have did that.
I wanted to use it to get the music out there.
You shouldn't have did that.
I did that. And when I went back in there, I was saying every time I go in here, I don't want to see this.
Exactly.
So I was like, listen, I deleted it and I'm like, look, that's it. I don't need it. So
you have to go in there, you have to select that, and then when the algorithm, when you select, you know, you liking this, you liking that, or whatever, that's all that's gonna pop up most of the time.
Mine's is nails, makeup, and hair. That's all I got on mine.
Yeah. If you do that, like
nails,
I said,
makeup,
you're
hair.
doing that, that's what's gonna pop up. So that's good.
I got chastised a little bit in my spirit, I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You know, like certain things I had to just leave alone. You know, that ain't for me. I hear you, Lord. I'm done with it.
I got you. This next song we're gonna play, I think it's a new song, Mr. Yahuwah. Can you tell us about that song before we play it?
I love this song. I love this song.
Now, y'all know I was stupid before I got here. And man, I could be hearing something. I could be hearing somebody else's music, and then another song will come. You know what I mean? It works like that, and I be getting crazy ideas. So when I heard this track, you know, because I go through those little periods. Sometimes I'll be at work, you know, and then I'll just be listening to. Okay, I want to do a song, so I'll put in maybe like worship gospel. I mean, hood worship or something like that. So it'll give me like a lo-fi methodic worship type. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of joint. It'll put it out there. So I'll be listening to something. And when this thing came on, I don't know what I was selected, but that thing came on. I was like, and my first thing, you know, I went to Shad. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And you know, I was like, because that's what I heard. I was like, okay, that's that Shad. I was like, okay. Who is the man? I was like, nah, Yahuwah is the man. And then I'm like, you know, so I'm singing it. So I went to my phone, I saved it. I was like, okay, I got some here. And so what I did was, actually, when I heard it, I heard Moray Silas. Shout out to Moray Derek Silas for blessing the track. He came over and kind of laid some of that deep part down for me. You know, he got that Barry White. And when I first heard the track, I heard FM Stokes, bless him too. I heard his voice. I was like, I hear his voice on this track. Didn't have no direction or anything, but I was like, I hear his style on this track. So I was like, I got something. Will you do this and do that? And we've been sitting on this thing since like last year, August.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to FM Stokes. We're gonna have him on next.
Yeah. And initially I wanted Robert to do the whole thing, but he didn't, you know, it just kind of didn't work out. So I reached out to my brother Al, you know, he's like, okay, do this. So actually Robert was like, man, you know, I can't, you know, do it. So I know you want to go and get this record out, man. We just gonna leave it alone. I said, okay, cool. So I sent it to Al and he only gave me one verse. So I was like, okay, now I got to go in and do a second verse. But for that song, I didn't have a verse, you know what I'm saying? So I don't try to push it. I just say, this is what I got for it, leave it alone. So then Robert hit me back. He's like, I'm ready now. Can I come over? So I was like, okay. So I just moved Al verse to the second part and put Rob in and, you know, and did it all right there, man. And it all worked out, man. So I love this record too, man.
It sounds good too.
He is the man.
It sounds good. We're going to go ahead and play that. Then we're going to come back and then we're going to talk about the last song that we're going to play. All right, family, here we go.
Yeah, I'm back, man.
Let go. Yahuwah is the man. Yahuwah is the man. Come on, tell the truth. Let's stay safe. Yahuwah is the man. Let go. You know it is, you might wanna go on it. Yahuwah is the man.
Yahuwah be the man. He had a backup in his plan. Even sent Moshe down to the slave age. Y'all better wake up and wash off the makeup so you can see the end of destiny. Do you live by the word where the blessings be? Ain't none to compare, that's a cap game. Yahuwah be a bad mother, shut your mouth. When it's always praise to the Most High. He keeping the hedge of protection over me and mine. Whenever I fall short, I'm reminded of the love he gave me. Never set my soul on the dotted line. Hallelujah be the highest compliment. But I know it's better words to describe who he is. My shalom in the dark place. Blood over the post and no joke, he kept away. I remember when I got baptized. Down in the water came up, feeling like a new creature. I thank God for the peaceful sleep. But the powers that was on the attack, new demons. But they never let me go or forsake me. Holy Spirit sit on his behalf, that's love. Gotta hold on tight, cause the world ain't right. He's the count upstairs, take it down from above.
Yeah, Yahuwah is the man. And the Yahuwah is the man. Come on, tell the truth. Let's stay safe. Yahuwah is the man. There you go. You know it is, you might wanna go on it. Yahuwah is the man.
Praise to Yahuwah, I bow to Yahusha. How mighty his presence, omnipotent ruler. Messiah the truest, your love to the fullest. How perfect your way. When I'm filled with your joy, it's an excellent day. When I bury the fruit, let's don't get in the way. When I speak what you spoke, they don't know what to say. Had to sum it all up in a basic way. When I'm bowing my head and I'm raising my head in the humblest way, I'm gonna give you the praise. Like a step on the down and I lock my jaw in your name. I'm gonna give you the glory while I'm doing my dance. Rejoicing with tears, cause I know that you can. You know you the man. Yeah, Yahuwah is the man. Yeah. And the Yahuwah is the man. Yeah. Yahuwah, come on. Yahuwah, tell the truth. Yahuwah, yeah. Leg up. Yahuwah is the man. You know it is, my word on it,
Yeah.
Make you want to put on your platforms and your coat.
Man,
Put the goldfish in the shoe.
With the goldfish in it.
Yeah, man, I love that record, man. That I love that record.
I do. I love that. I love all the records. Well, some of that earlier stuff. I got some stuff too that's really that I done that's not actually out, that's been put out for, as far as paid music.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that early stuff, I'd be like, man, good God Almighty, bro, what were you? But it's it's a learning process. It's a learning process.
It all is, but it's all praises. You doing it
Amen.
for the right reason. You being led by, you being, it's working out for you. It's working out for you. Like I say, I be, I can put on something like, I want to listen to. I got folders, and I got some of your songs on the folder. I put the whole thing. I'll be in there, be rocking. Like I say, I can dig it. The other folk may not like it, whatnot, or they take them a while. But it's always with me with music. When I first hear it, okay, so I got to hear it again multiple times, and then once I get it in my spirit, like, okay, I got to put that song back on repeat. That's how it is for me.
That's one thing I would express to people too, is be aware of that and understand that everything you do, everybody ain't gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it took me a while to understand that. Even my wife you know, and I love my wife, you know, but you know, she's my biggest critic. I run it past her now, you know, and even, but sometimes, you know, like, well, even if she don't like it, if that's how I felt, then I put it out there, then it is what it is, if you like it or not, you know. And everybody ain't gonna like every song that you put out. You have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? The best artists in the world I've had CDs from and played their CD and skipped 2 or 3 tracks. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's, I mean, for real, you know, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
so
I was like that. I was like that for a while with certain artists I used to like. Like I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan of Outkast, you know, but like I said, I don't listen to them as much now. Yeah.
You not.
I'm saying not as much now as far I don't look at it. They don't put anything out new.
Yeah,
they haven't.
You know, that's the thing. If they haven't, you
that's
know,
the thing.
Good
Andre
Mob,
retired.
They try to put a few things out, and like I say, but it's only a little bit because they having competition. Like I said, the competition they have today, you know, that's where they have I guess you say a wall that they have to try to break to get into or whatnot. But I remember when Outkast came out with the double album and that Love Below, it took me a minute. You know, I used to always listen to the speaker box. You know, I put that on because that was the same flow they were used to.
Yeah, understand.
And you know, Andre had that new flow from the Love Below, and it took me. I couldn't get with it at first, but then
I was the opposite. I was Andre all day, and I put on Big Boy every now and again.
Yeah, and then like I say, once
because he was tapping into himself. He was tapping in. He was doing, and even CeeLo. Look at CeeLo.
Yeah.
You know, CeeLo had that same feel. He you know, he had his own different thing. Here I go, turn the camera off. But I see now. I think I hit the wrong button on the keyboard that's doing that. But when they had their own little music, it took me a minute. But once you get to listen to it, and you're like, okay. Now this, you know, I understand. You know, now I understand where they're coming from. I never put it back, you know, like I say, it was a certain, I had to get it, it had to get in my spirit, I guess you could say.
Had to get in your spirit, that's right.
You know, once you get in your spirit, you can relate to it, you're like, okay, now I see where he's coming from, now I see where she coming from, you know, now I can listen to this particular song, you know, and relate to it, you know, and just continue on with it, you know, but like say some music out there, like the new stuff, I can't relate, it just don't get no playing time over here.
I agree.
Me and my wife were just talking yesterday, and we were in the bed, and something came on. No, it was we was in the bed. We was watching the commercial. It was some commercial where this girl was in a bathtub with bubbles on her. She was on a phone or something, and the guy was like, "You supposed to be doing your commercial or whatever." She's supposed to be some kind of artist. I was like, "I don't know who that is." My wife's like, "This such and such." I'm like, "I don't know who it is." She got this song. I'm like, I can't tell you what song is out, because if I'm not listening to 92.9 The Game, if I'm not listening to preaching, teaching, I'm listening to my music or somebody else's music or worship. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I can't tell you what the newest song is. I don't, and I don't say this to nobody's shame or anything, but I don't listen to like V103 or 104. I just don't.
That's
anymore.
That's
now
me.
I do at certain time. I do put on my "You Make Me Happy." Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I every night and I still put on some of the older stuff and some of the even some of the older rap and stuff. But some of it, like say, when I listen to it now, my ear is way more open than what it used to be, and I hear stuff now. Even though I used to listen to this all the time, I'm hearing it now. I'm like, wow, they said that then, and it just went right over my head. Or you know, some stuff, and like I say, dog, you know, a lot of stuff that they sung about sex and different stuff way more than what we thought they did. And, you know, really, you know, when you really understand the lyrics and you get you know, a bigger understanding, you're like, okay, now I see how our parents looked at our music versus their music. But then when you look at their music and you hear some of the same similar things, but it's the type of dialect, or you know, said that what is the word? Their age language, their lingo that they're used to hearing.
Right. It was
they can relate to it.
Doing that. Now, I have an idea for something, and I would like to run it past you, man, on that vein, because I thought about how music that we love, even now, that we fell in love with years ago, if we were to weigh them spiritually, they got some bad connotations, but we still rock with them. And so I would ask the question, you know, can we still rock with this? You know, take for instance, everybody loves that song, Me and Mrs. Jones. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. But it's a song about adultery.
It sure
You know what I'm saying?
I sang it at the top of my lungs when I was little because my parents hated it. I know that song.
I mean, I still, if it came on and I'm at work, everybody gonna hit that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a song about adultery.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I am
So
now. You know,
I would like to do a show and talk about some of those things.
oh yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. You know, like I say, like I say, that's why
Yes, sir.
I don't. That's one of the reasons why I cut. You know, y'all gave me this vision about this type of music because I rather fill my spirit up with this type of music than more of the worldly type music. Now, the worldly type music, all of it is not bad, but see, when you understand how the devil works, and that's his area that he flows in and he manipulates, you know, especially the youth, you know, when you understand those type, you know, things, like I say, it's certain songs, you know, stuff that, you know, came out recently, I didn't even know, you know, were LGBTQ type stuff. And I didn't know it until I heard, you know, I was loving the song, but then I heard somebody say, you know, he's talking about, you know,
Sam Cooke.
I'm like, what?
Hurt me. I caught it. Hurt my feelings. Not Sam Cooke. What that boy named, the little light-skinned white boy sung that song? He was singing songs Acapulco. He had that one song, you know. He had that one, you know what I'm talking about. Had that one love song. He was singing, everybody was playing it. Found out that boy was fan out.
I forgot. I think I probably know what you're talking about. We probably talking about the same person. Ain't no telling.
Yeah. What's the lady name? Smith?
Oh, Sam Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. Hurt my feelings too, man. I ain't know if he was singing about a man, but everybody was singing that song.
just like you know, I think one of my coworkers was playing Brandy the other day, and I say, he's like, you don't know nothing about that. So I showed him about no song, about no dog. I showed don't.
Hey, Brandon, you know, Commodore, hey, man. I ride with Lionel now. I ain't gonna lie. I ride with Lionel, old Lionel, not new Lionel.
Yeah.
With Fro Lionel. After Hello, I stopped with.
But yeah, you know, this type of music, I listen to it more, and then like I say, you gotta be mindful on some of this type of music because some of the doctrines are in it.
Listen,
you know, a person that's not aware of that, you know, when they playing the music, they're hearing certain stuff and not knowingly that stuff is being embedded into you. So you wondering why you starting to believe in certain stuff. It's in the music.
Amen. Be careful too, because on that point when you said, I had put on, like, I can go to, you know, Apple Music and like type my name in and create a station from my name as an artist, and then it'll start playing people's music within that. And man, do you know it start playing some of that? One of these dudes from Sakari, one of the big that does music, and when I heard the music, he started cussing. I was like, oh, let me get. And when I ran back over to the phone, on the album cover, he had the explicit language. I'm like, hold on, how you gonna be?
Exactly. I don't understand it.
So you, and even some other artists, because what I do is try to find different music, you know, kind of like how y'all do. So if I'm listening to it and I hear artists that I don't know like the song, all I got to do is go and purchase it, and then I'll have it in my collection. And so some people it play that don't have cussing but have that camp doctrine. I mean, like that hard camp doctrine in it. So you really have to be careful.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, that's one reason why I like using Amazon better because they stayed within the scope of who I'm trying to listen to, you know.
Gotcha.
And like I say,
Gotcha.
Elder hooked me on to SoundCloud, and SoundCloud, you know, it already have people have some of their songs they already like, and you can go through those, and then you can make your own little list, and then SoundCloud will start the algorithm in it'll start picking up the stuff that you like, and it'll start shooting you that stuff over, you know. But like I say, with Amazon, when it start the music that I like, it starts shooting me the new stuff. As soon as y'all putting it out, as soon as them artists start putting it out, I'm getting it. I go to my my library or my home page, and it's showing me the new stuff that I already added. And I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and click on, like, boom. If I'm not already searching online, I'm on there, and it's already letting me know what album is out. And so that's why I go from there. I search artists and I go that way. So that's been helping me out a lot. But like I say, it's been keeping me on that particular path of good music, holy, you know. It I ain't gonna say holy, but you know the difference between set apart and just set.
music that's like glorifying God and edifying the people.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And like I say, it's certain music. Like I say, if a few years ago, like when I was talking last time, we had our little playlist. It's some music that got suggested, but I listened to it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to play that because that's saying you got to do this and you got to do that. When we know we don't teach, it's certain stuff you don't have to do.
Right.
It's a suggestion. You can do it if you want to, like wearing fringes or, you know, buying stuff on the Sabbath, you know, and stuff like that. Right. You know, it's certain stuff.
I'm gonna buy some chicken on the Sabbath.
We have freedom in. The other one will take as, no, you can't be doing that, you know.
Right.
You know, we don't.
Gotcha.
You know what? Arguing about it, I just rather not even play it.
They even go so far, you know, some people won't even, you know, use the name Jesus in the music.
Is that what I'm talking about?
Right.
You know, I had an issue with that years ago when I first came into the truth. It was like people did I say, you know, it just don't make any sense. Like, I'm just gonna say it. I say it now. Like, say, let's say you your son fall out and like he's about dead, and somebody come and pray and use the name Jesus. You weren't there, but they, you know, a miracle happened using the word Jesus. You get there, you like, you know, what happened? They was like, he prayed, she prayed, and he came back and used the name Jesus. You gonna say, no, he died. If I can use Yeshua or something like what sense does it make? You know,
right?
It don't make none. It don't make no sense. Like God is not intelligent though.
Yeah, he's not intelligent. Like he don't know.
Like he don't intelligent. You can walk in the store, you can say, "Excuse me, bro. Excuse me, sir." What? Hey, shout it, and people turn around. Wait a minute, what's your name? Could be Craig though. But I just called you 3 different things and you responded to. Like God is not intelligent.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I use it all. I you know, however it comes, you know.
Yeah. Before we get to this last song, is anything anybody on the panel want to say, especially coming from the artist that we are showcasing tonight? Is anything you want to say to the people? You know, we're gonna be playing that "Tell the Truth and Stay Saved" song.
Listen, which version you got? Because it's 3 versions.
Well, the version I'm gonna be playing is all the album that you did with Majors. You know, with y'all had the collabo, with y'all had put all the
then that's the original one.
That's the original
because I did a remix on that one and had Al to jump on the track.
Okay.
As for in the second, he's actually rapping on the second verse. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's why I was, you know, saying which version.
Well, I have to put that one on my to listen list, you know, because I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, it's the remix.
Okay. I have to get that one. But before we do play that one, the new song I think that you put out when you talking about "I'm Tired Balls," is that one ready yet? Is that one ready yet?
No,
No.
No.
That one's, listen, everybody's waiting on that one, man.
Man,
That's
I let one of my coworkers listen because she said, "Man, I'm so tired. I'm tired, boss." I said, "Oh, don't say it." I let her listen to a little small clip, and she said, "Oh yeah, you gotta tell me when he get that song going."
see, listen, and I don't really know if I can put that out. You know what I'm saying?
I know
how the song, you know what I'm saying? How it's designed, but that's how I heard it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. And don't get mad at me because I had an idea for something. You know what I'm saying? I took this, and I made a gumbo. Without the shrimp.
Without the shrimp.
But yeah, hey, that song is that the record is done. To be totally honest, not that I've been lying. When I got the song initially, that song wasn't given to me to actually be a part of it as far as on it like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was only designed for me to put the hook in it and create it and pass it on and have somebody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't initially have anything for it, and that's how I flow. If God will give me, I believe if He give me lyrics and stuff for it, they'll come.
Gotcha.
Because He give me songs that I've done in like one take, like one day, gave me the lyrics, written it, and actually done it. So I'm like, okay, this song is not like that, so I'm not going to push it. So when I send it off to people, they were like, So I'm like, okay, so now it's like, okay, Casey, the record is done, but you got to go in there and write the verses. So what are you going to do? So that's the only drawback. I got to go in there and create, but the concept for it is that thing ride, man. But I got so much other work that's supposed to come out way before that.
Really?
So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I told you so much work. And the only thing about that, brother Al, he pushed me to get that album. Now he actually went on Facebook talking about everybody tell Mr. Casey, hurry up, put this album out because I'm tired of waiting. Y'all hurry up.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. But he already know though, he my dog. He already know, bro.
I'm with brother Al. I'm with brother Al. I can't wait to get him on as well, though. But I'm with him right now. You need to get that album out.
Yeah, but listen, if he really wanted to come out, then he should have jumped on the track. You know how long I've had this record? You know what I'm saying? How long I've been having this record?
Since
I had the other one.
It's
really? Yeah, no.
Wow.
Well, it is what it is. So, okay. Yeah, it's coming out soon though. I really don't know if I really want to do a EP, LP. I get them mixed up. One, I think it's got more whichever one has the shortest amount of records that's supposed to go on, and that's the one I want to do because I haven't really done one. And I kind of like want that song to be on the record, on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the title for the album. It's called "In My Feelings," and that was one of the songs. I'm tired. I'm in my feelings. So that's one of the songs for it. So I got some other ones that there's some love, and then there's some hate, frustration. There's some emotions because I'm in my feelings. That was just the idea I had for an album. So if it comes out, it comes out.
A lot of folks be in their feelings, especially when they listen to music.
Yeah, come on. Be honest. Most of the songs that we really love and we put it out, they when we first heard them, they hit us when they came out, and they hit us at a specific time in our lives. Sometimes we could have been going through something and heard something, and then when we hear that song, it takes us back to that time in our lives, whether it be good or bad. Some people can hear love songs and it take them back to a bad time that they had, and you know what I mean, and they can get depressed or remembering bad times, or like I got a song that speaks about my mama, miss you. I love the song, but when I hear it, sometimes it takes me back to my mama, and then so I get it.
Yeah.
Just pray for me.
We're gonna do that. But first,
it's a lot. I don't see how Bishop do it. It's a lot of work. I don't see how Bishop do it. Shout out to our overseer, man, Bishop William Brown. I don't see how he do it. I don't see how he do it.
He getting back in the flow,
and be honest, man. If you look at me, I'm really sick as a dog right now. You may not be able to see it. I'm really sick right now. I really wasn't going to do it, you know, but I was like, nah, I don't want to, you know, not come on, but I feel miserable. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah,
so trust me, when I'm done, I'm going back.
We get ready to get off. We're going to play this last track. Track, and then we're going to come back and, you know,
yes, sir.
Let everybody know what's going on next and everything. So we're going to tell the truth and stay saved real quick.
Yes, sir. Listen. Before you play that, let me do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout out to, because I have to put this on there because, you know, I give credit where credit due. Tell the truth and stay saved is something that I stand on, and I stand on because I got that from Pastor Tony Smith. That came from Tell the Truth and Stay Saved came from Pastor Tony Smith. I used to watch him when he first started, and because I wasn't going to church, you know what I'm saying? And he was the only person that I saw that was speaking against sin, and that spoke to me because that's when I first started preaching. That's why I was really heavy in just preaching. My early message was just about sin. And he used to say that all the time, man, I'm gonna tell the truth and stay saved. And so when I first heard that, I was like, man, I like that. So I'm like, I've been saying that even before this is going back 2005, 2000, you know what I'm saying? Going back this. And, you know, I just really started using Tell the Truth and Stay Saved really heavily, hashtag maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. So it's maybe a little longer than that. But yeah, that's where it came from, you know, TTTASS. That's Tell the Truth and Stay Saved. Because I was a liar for so long, you know, and it don't take nothing to lie. People can lie, you know, sometimes, you know, you will lie and don't even know. They say, hey, man, you went over there. Yeah, I did. And knowing you did, you know what I mean? Because it's just so easy. But it really takes something when you want to, you know, name the name of Christ. You know, it takes something to make a stand, you know, and to me, that's kind of like a fringe, so to speak. Tell the truth and stay saved. For me, that's kind of like a fringe because that's a principle of mine. I don't care what I'm going to do. If it hurts you, if it hurt me, whatever. Let's just tell the truth and stay saved. You know, my wife said, why you talk so much? Because I'm transparent. You know me. I ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? I can be open. I ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
your music is very transparent. This song, very testimonial. Yeah. All the lyrics you have in there.
It's the God's honest truth. There was a time in my life where I wasn't living right.
Yeah.
Right.
Walk around in total darkness when I didn't have sight, even though I was wearing glasses.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna play the track, and then we're gonna get back and say the last little bit and have a good time.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
There was a time in my life when I wasn't living right.
I'ma tell the truth.
Walking around in total darkness even though I had sight.
I'ma tell the truth.
Wasn't one for religion, thought the Bible was a joke.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Drinking liquor, smoking reefer, popping pills just to cope.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Had a mind that was wicked and a heart full of hate.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Nasty sinner to the core and was headed to the lake.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth.
years later, now my life is brand new.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Got the law and the spirit, and I worship in truth.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Have a mind to live right and a heart full of care.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Don't judge the words that I say, but the fruits that I bear.
I'ma tell the truth and stay safe.
Left the pork and the strips and the things unclean.
I'ma tell the truth.
Left the Christmas and the Easter, say goodbye to Halloween.
I'ma tell the truth.
Not the richest, not the poorest, but content what I got.
I'ma tell the truth.
Keep Yah's holy days and I rest on the Shabbat.
I'ma tell the truth.
Forever grateful to Yahusha, cause his blood set me free.
I'ma tell the truth.
Love my brothers and my sisters and my Boom family.
I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth and stay safe. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth. I'ma tell the truth.
Yeah, boy. That was the one for me. That was the one for
Yes,
me.
sir, man. Yes, sir. That song still be riding, man. A lot of people like that song, though.
Yeah. I'm one of them ones.
But we thank you so much. Yeah, I like it too. Matter of fact, that song has been used a lot. That even my Tell the Truth and Stay Safe show. That's the music for the intro.
That's what I want to
Yes,
get
sir,
you to get to also. Whatever. Tell them where they can find you at, either on Facebook, YouTube, the radio station. Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, they can find me a couple places. I just put in the chat. I just put a one-stop link. It's a pop-up link. If you guys see it, they click on that link. It'll take them to everything. Yeah. That's the best I can explain it. But all the music is on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, all the major streaming platforms. But one, you know what? It's crazy. I only have one song on Pandora. I think I put out maybe like 60 records or so. Maybe I've only got one song on Pandora.
Really?
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's really not my record. I'm featured on one of Brother Al's record. That's how I'm on, because it's his record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's kind of hard. People may not remember, but I have 3 YouTube channels. I have the Tell the Truth and Stay Safe channel. Then I have the Minister Case L. Hugh, which is the music channel. And then there is the First Baptist Church of Laugh, Reverend Dr. Bishop Apostles channel. So, but like I say, that one link,
how you laughing for real.
Yeah, and even with that, it's still trying to find time to move back into Him, because remember, for me, that's where the words that was spoken prophetic over my life twice was from that vein of Reverend Dr. Bishop. You see what I'm saying? So some kind of way I got to get back. Y'all keep me in your prayers. Some kind of way I got to get back to that, because that's where the word of the Lord was really spoken. Well, many times, but some certain things were supposed to come through that, according to, the word of the Lord. So we believe the word of the Lord. So that's how we're going to move.
Yes, we do.
But yeah, some of those songs you played tonight, I have videos for them. The last one you played, Tell the Truth and Stay Safe, we filmed a lot. Well, I messed up because I didn't get permission first, but Bishop went in and allowed it, because some people probably did not want to be on video.
You know, I kind of like did a surprise video because I was asked to perform it, and I performed it, but I had somebody to shoot a video for while I performed it, and I used that as the video.
Gotcha.
There is a video out for Weeping. I think you played another song out there's a video out, but yeah, I think I have maybe about 6 or 7 videos out for songs, and I do everything, you know, myself. You know,
hey,
shoot it right here in the house or outside, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I thank the Most High for all the blessings. Listen, and I really don't ever ask for money, and I'm not asking for any money. I would just only ask somebody just to share it with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Or if you would go and subscribe to the YouTube, that means more to me than any money. You know what I mean? Even if you don't, you know, even if you don't visit, just subscribe and hit the little notification bell. That way you know, stay up to everything that I do. That really means a lot as well, because eventually I do want to move away from that manual labor.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
That's everybody.
You know, even doing this, you know, the Most High allowed my wife and I to, you know, use this as a business. So, you know, we do have CLH Studios. The Great Baby Production is a real LLC. It is a real media music production company, you know, that I do. So, hey man, you know, if you need any help with whatever, video production, music, whatever, you know,
and Beat Bro
trying to help the best way I can.
We gotta talk. We gotta have our own little private little talks. And
yes, sir. And that's for anybody though. You know what I mean? I've had preachers and pastor friends of mine to reach out and say, hey man, how you do that? Help me do this and do that, you know, and they're close brothers of mine. And of course, you know, I help them, you know, without charging. But you know, Bible does say workman is worthy of his hire. So if I can help somebody for, you know, a small fee, hey man, listen, whatever. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? And if I can move to that area and stop getting up and having to go clock in, oh man, I mean, this is business work too, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I want to get to that level too, but I played
hitting them wrenches for 20 years.
I ain't good at, you know, making music, but I'm good at playing. I can play it.
Right.
And listen. Don't forget to check out that app too.
I got you.
Check out that other thing, because if you're going through there, you don't ever have issues with playing music, because it pulls the music from your actual sources, your catalog, and they got their copyright stuff already done. The only drawback, people have to go and get the app and stuff like that. So but yeah, we're on every day. Let me shout out to you. We're on every Saturday from 8 to about 8:45 on True Worshipers Radio. We go in and worship every Shabbat, you know, for about 30-45 minutes. You know, we command our morning. And I've been doing that for about a month now. So we'll be on from 8 to 8:45 this Shabbat as well. If you want to join, that link is down in you can find that within that popper as well.
Okay.
We had a couple of new people to come in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the family that didn't come on right tonight, whatever, they'll go back and look at it, and they'll be able to see all this and be able to share it. Hopefully, and I already shared it to my own personal page. So hopefully we'll have some other people to be able to do that. And anybody is free to do that. If within the group they want to share it to their page, so that way we can get people to be able to notice you or whatever. Just like we're gonna try to get ready for FM Stoke to be on next.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes,
so
sir.
we looking. Hopefully he'll have. I'm hoping he had that new song. He said he got mastered and everything, so we can have that. Ready for people as well. So is anything you want to say, Sister Evita, before we get off here?
No, thank you, Mr. Casey. This was wonderful. I'm so glad we got to do this tonight.
Bless you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you once again to my big I'm gonna call him Elder for having me on tonight. It's been a pleasure. And if I could, you did mention that you are recording it. So if I could get a copy, that way I'll replay it back on the YouTube channel.
Okay,
You know,
I got
that way
you.
it's still, it'll be a replayed broadcast.
All right, all right, all right.
Join us too this weekend, this Shabbat, this Saturday, here in Atlanta from 4 to 5 on Love 860 on the AM dial. Boom Radio will be going live this weekend as well.
Gotcha. And we're gonna try to put this on our YouTube page, which is very small right now. We just trying to get it up and started and everything, but it's gonna be on that as well. If people didn't get a chance to hear the music for tonight and the other past nights, it's on our YouTube page. So we'll be able to post it up on there as well. But we're gonna get off of here and get some rest, and you get some rest tonight so you can get better.
Yeah, man. I'm holding up well, man, and y'all just don't know. I actually got off work early today, and I came straight home and got in the bed, and I was in the bed, and my wife's like, she came and woke me and said, 7 o'clock. It's like, okay, give me some water. I was like, I'm feeling bad, but I was like, I don't want to, let me get on. I don't want to, I don't want to just cancel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. Cause to me, that would have been last minute. So I'm like, all right, Lord, let's just get up and do it. But I'm sweating like a.
That's probably good. You sweat. Maybe you sweat some of that out of you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a little bug. It's a little bug. I'll be all right going that late. I'm going back as soon as I'm done. I'm gonna shut this down and go lay it back down, man.
I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Thank you once again for having me again. Thank you so much for your kind words, man. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you, sis, for being here and your kind words as well.
All right, you're welcome. Shalom, everybody. Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you for joining us for the Brew Reviews.
All righty.
Peace and blessings.